If your team are essentially your assets, why wouldn't you protect those? You can work people through and through, but you need to make that sustainable. So how are you going to make that sustainable? You're going to look after your employees' minds. And this is an incredibly useful tool. So I would say to any employer, do it.
My name's Lauren and I work with brains. And the thing to know about brains is that the more brilliant the brain, the more troublesome it can be. And this is why I work with leaders and their teams to train them in the skills of mental and emotional resilience in the workplace. The truth is that 22.1 million working days are lost every single year as a result of work-related stress. And it all comes down to mental load. Mental load is the silent killer of productivity and performance, and it will be responsible for everything from task avoidance, poor decision making, lack of accountability, challenging team relationships, all the way through to the more far-reaching consequences of things like burnout, presenteeism, and challenges of staff retention. Using these tools has given me my life and my productivity back. So I went from being on sick leave constantly in one of my previous roles to returning in full health and only taking 1 day sick leave in the year that followed. So I was able to really discover that kind of high achiever, that high performer that I knew myself to be. And when I could see what was possible, it just didn't feel right not to sort of share this with the world. That's why I developed Brain Gym for Business, because we all need access to this stuff, particularly the high-performing brains that are dealing with challenges on a day-to-day basis. What happens is it's a dedicated day within the workplace where we will run a series of 45-minute sessions one-to-one with team members, with staff, that will help them to work through any particular challenge that they want to bring to the session. What they can expect from that is to move from a place of feeling overloaded, bogged down, kind of overwhelmed by what's going on, through to a place of feeling a lot more sparkly, a lot more oomphy, more efficient and ready to make shit happen fast. So in the first part of Brain Gym, we educate. We look at the quirks and the idiosyncrasies of the brain through the lens of neuroscience, and what that helps us to achieve is a sense of perspective and the ability to really ditch the inner critic and move forwards. Secondly, we explore. So a bit like verbal ping pong, if you will, or an exchanging of hats. So this is the part of the session where I'll really start to challenge the team members' thinking around this particular problem and start to open up new ways of relating to the challenge so they can start to move forward in a new way. And the grand finale is that we wire in the oomph factor. So think of it as a bicep curl for the brain, if you will. This is the part of the session where we provide a very robust mental strength training exercise that will really start to turbocharge that oomph and that efficiency, ready to take back into work, back into life. Research shows that for every £1 invested in mental health and resilience within the workplace, employers can expect to see around £4.70 in return. The benefits are absolutely huge.
I think I have been a little bit surprised by how much I've used what she gave me in that short space of time. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. For me, it was very specific, it was very direct. And I was left with a couple of things that were, for me, were like, this is really useful. I sit down at my desk now with a different mindset because of this.
What was really surprising was just how reactive it was. Just how quickly, like half an hour could make a difference. It was fun. It was just really interesting and genuinely worked. Like in the moment worked, so it completely stayed with me.
If you want your team to take seriously this subject matter and to put it into practice and improve pretty much immediately, then I'd use Lauren. If you're an HR manager, it's highly practical.
So if you're an innovative, forward-focusing organisation who really prioritises staff wellbeing and who really prides themselves on delivering the best service possible, then you're in the right place. Book an intro chat with me now to find out what Brain Gym for Business could do for you.